going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Technique Tuesday. On this episode, we'll be going over a couple techniques to counter the Haymaker. So grab your partner, find some space, and let's get training. Alright, so before we get started, we need to identify the attack that we're trying to work off of. This is the Haymaker coming from the rear hand, which is generally the power hand. It's kind of like a cross with an overhand hook combined to make a hybrid. Typically, it's kind of sluggish, especially for people that are untrained. But that's obviously an intangible depending if the person's trained or not. So with the overhand hook, that should give us enough time to either jam or pass in certain scenarios. Alright, so first technique, when the overhand hook comes, I'm going to look to shield. I'm going to work on the inside angle, and this is primarily where I'm going to be. When the hook is coming, I'm going to shield. The process of my shield isn't just placing it over on my head to absorb. I also want to go up and hit the ulnar nerve. Okay, I hit the crazy bone to get a little bit of counter-offensive damage going. Once I apply this, I'm going to look just to strike. I'm not looking to grapple. I'm not looking to take this any further into the ground. I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to chop against the neck. That's going to serve as my check as well. I'm going to feed the head into my left elbow, stepping with my right leg. And then I'm going to flow and repeat it on the other side. Check and chop at the same time. Feed the head into my elbow. From the other side, I shield, check, feed it to the elbow, check, and feed it to the other side. Alright, so second technique, working off of the shield on the inside, I'm going to work with the basic beginner Kali flow. Off the overhand hook, I'm going to shield, I'm going to make my left hand wrap underneath, and I'm going to vine the arm at the same time. Right hand is going to check the neck, just like we did in the previous drill. I hit, I bring them down into the knee, I drop my base, and I'm going to set them up for a full circle throw. Head, hand rotates, bring them all the way to the ground. From the other side, I go from the shield, left hand vines underneath, I check, I bring it into the knee, I create some space by rotating my left hip, pushing and circulating, down with the throw, finishing position. Alright, so technique number 3, we're going to start with the same shield we've been working with, but then we're going to transfer to the outside. So I'm on the inside with the shield. I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to grab at the wrist, the forearm, whatever I can. Now instead of hacking at the neck like we've been doing, I'm just going to simply raise the arm up with the left hand, step through with my right leg underneath the bridge. I'm going to pass it off as I rotate to my right arm. I'm going to use my left shoulder behind his right shoulder. I'm going to use that to whip him down. Just enough where I can get him into a submissive position. Left hand's going to come over, and I'm going to use my hips to lock the arm, and I'm going to look for the rear leg that he has over here. Now that it's locked to my hips, I'm going to take both hands. I'm going to reach for the leg, and I'm going to go straight up, looking up, grabbing the leg. Down my partner goes. I want to maintain this so I can step over and finish with a leg kick to a stomp. Okay, from the other side, we shield, we grab, we walk underneath the bridge, we pass it and rotate. Left shoulder to the back of his right shoulder, whip him down, reach over, 2 hands behind at the heel or the shin, we pull up, step over with a left, maintain contact with the hand, and finish with a stomp here. Alright, so moving on to our last technique, we are going to actually be working on the outside angle. Now, typically, you'll rarely find this, and the only times you will engage in this range is when there's enough distance between you that you can actually bypass the attack. So this is also going to be the messiest entry, but there is a time and place for everything. So, with my partner here, he's going to throw the overhand hook. I'm going to take half a step back to let that finish. Okay? So, in the event that that happens, I need to time myself to come back in and consume. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to scoop underneath from the bicep down to the elbow, and I'm going to take my right hand to clamp on from the forearm to the wrist. As I do that, I'm going to consume the space and make sure that I'm holding them nice and tight. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to reach over to the chin, and I'm going to pull it as if I'm ripping it open. And I'm going to do this with enough force that I'm going to take him down. Alright, so from the other side, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to step in, left hand underneath, bicep to elbow, right hand on top, forearm to wrist. Grab, and I'm going to use my shoulder to latch on as tight as I can. I want to break his base as much as I can. I'm going to take the left hand, I'm going to go from underneath, wrap on top, onto the chin. I'm going to rip. As I rip, I'm going to rotate. Down my partner goes. Alright, so that was your Technique Tuesday for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just remember, as always, when you're training, give some realism, but at the same time, prioritize your safety. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you're never late, and until next time, catch you guys then.